Welcome back to the Lonely Overlander. A few episodes ago I documented the install of a rough country tailgate support. The reason I wanted this accessory was partly to do with the heavy 35-inch wheel hanging back there, but also maybe to mount some extra fuel. The two-door Bronco, all loaded up and aired down, doesn't offer a lot of range, so today I plan to rectify this shortcoming. After scouring the internet for options, I finally decided on this jerry can holder from Motobilt, designed for the Wavian and Freight NATO spec 20-liter gas can. The mount comes unfinished and unassembled and is constructed in the USA from laser-cut 11-gauge plate steel with break-formed bends. It also includes all the necessary hardware and an optional spoutless cover plate. Because the kit comes unfinished, some prep work is required prior to finishing. Whether you go with a baked-on powder coat or a rattle can spray finish like I'm doing, proper and thorough prep is necessary for good adhesion and a long-lasting finish. You'll want to start off with sanding the parts to remove any contaminants or rust and give the primer a nice rough surface to adhere to. I use a 180 grit emery cloth. 180 grit would maybe be a little too coarse if you were going with a gloss automotive type finish, but seeing as I'm going with a rubberized rocker guard spray, I'm not concerned with the sanding marks showing through the paint. The thoroughness of the prep in this stage will dictate the quality and durability of the paint adhesion, and so make sure all the surfaces get scuffed up, including the edges and cutouts. 180 grit makes quick work of the metal, so this stage wasn't too laborious. Being the middle of July in southwestern Ontario, however, made working outdoors in this humidity almost unbearable. Once you're satisfied with the sanding work, the next step is to clean the parts in the preparation for primering. I have some wax and grease remover in a spray bottle designed to use prior to machine polishing work on automotive finishes. Acetone, spray brake cleaner, or an offline contact cleaner will also work well. Looking at these parts, they just scream to be strung up with wire to be spray painted. However, you have to make do with what you have, and what I have is a sheet of plastic laid on the ground. Far from ideal, but again, with the textured rocker finish I'm using, I'm not concerned with dust particle contamination. First step in the paint process is obviously primering, which provides a co-bonding between the bare metal and the top coat finish. Spray lengthwise back and forth on the parts, 12 to 18 inches away in even overlapping strokes. Because of the multiple cutouts and lightning holes, shooting from all sides and angles is imperative to get adequate coverage on the entire part. I'm satisfied with one good coat of primer on these. Wait 30 to 40 minutes for the paint to properly flash over before flipping them to do the other side, or prior to spraying a second coat if need be. Give your work a good look over prior to continuing and see if there is any areas you might have missed. Always do a test spray prior to starting to check the fanning. This nozzle was a little bunged up and would have potentially messed up my work if I started spraying straight onto the parts first. Again, long, even overlapping strokes, keeping the spray can a constant distance from the part through the entire stroke. Because of the complexity in the cutouts, firing from all sides is needed to get proper coverage. An electrostatic power coat would make easy work of something like this, but would likely have cost me more than the parts themselves. Look over your work again, looking for missed spots before carrying on. When it comes to parts with edges on all sides, I like to concentrate spraying these first to get good coverage, and then come back and finish on the flat faces, covering the overspray from the edge work. A slight breeze complicates this kind of flat spraying as well, risking contamination from the ground and messing with my ground sheet. Once you're satisfied with the coverage, the parts can be set out to cure. The matte black finish I chose dries relatively quickly, allowing handling in just a couple of hours. One small issue I noticed with the kit was the latch hardware mounting holes weren't countersunk. This was easily fixed with a lightweight cordless drill and a countersinking bit. Once that was fixed, it was on to the final assembly. I started with the latch assembly. A small latch hook goes on the top hold down cover using stainless Phillips hardware. Next, I attach the crossbar, which helps keep the jerry can spout in place. This hardware uses Allen head fasteners and backing nuts. Next, I mounted the locking mechanism to the mount base. It also uses countersunk stainless Phillips hardware. Once that's complete, it's time to mount the side plates to the base. These use quality CAD plated nuts and bolts. Attach both sides, finger tightening all the hardware before coming back and wrenching everything down. I use a 1/4 inch drive ratchet and a ratcheting wrench for this. And that takes care of the assembly. The hold down lid isn't permanently attached as it uses slotted hooks through the base to pivot off of. My next project will be to determine the mounting solution to the tailgate support. This might end up being a future episode on Dino's Tinker Shed come springtime. Back in July when I filmed this how-to, I also ordered the Wavian 20-liter gas can through Red Bear Outdoors in Mississauga. Red Bear is a new to me local vendor, so I decided not to have this shipped, but instead swing by the shop and check it out when my order arrived. Well, it turned out the red Wavian can was back ordered, but I decided to wait it out. Fast forward now to December, and the can finally showed up. So on that first Saturday, I took the bad mule down to Toronto to pick her up. As it turned out, that Saturday, the good people at Red Bear were having their annual staff Christmas party at the shop, but they were accommodating and didn't send me away empty-handed. Red Bear informed me that my Wavian can would be back ordered, but I could opt for an in-stock black one instead. Once I saw the beautiful finish on this one, I'm totally glad I waited. Oh, and Red Bear Outdoors also handed over a couple of stickers to add to the cooler. Nice. What a sharp looking setup. Can't wait to have it mounted on the Bronco.